the Cards of Cthulhu with the Beyond the Veil expansion. It's episode 5. We have cleaned off every cultist board, so this is excellent. And let's just zoom down and let's get moving with the turn. So we're going to be drawing 4 cards because we have no open gates. Alright, so you can see we've got 3 followers. We have the Necronomicon, and we have 4 investigation tokens. Alright, or experience tokens. Alright, so we have 4 cards that we just drew. Temple of Light, sounds good. We have a couple of investigations, and wow, good items and a couple investigations. We are actually doing well. So we're going to take a look at these items in a minute, and we'll also take a look at the 2 of the investigations. Alright, well, it is now the purchase phase, so the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to look at see if we want to purchase anything. Temple of Light. For 1 experience, draw and discard 2 cult cards. Helps us get through the deck quicker. It costs us 3. We could purchase it. But I think I'm just going to dump that one. And that's going to gain us 1 experience point. And let's take a look at the next item, which is absolutely awesome. It costs 5 experience and for 0, which means I get to roll 1 spirit die for free each turn. So yeah, you know what, we don't have any minions, nothing's on the board. It's going to go ahead and we're going to take that. It's going to cost us 5 experience, so that's all of our experience. Now we have none, and now we have 2 investigations to look after. So the first investigation, the Asylum of Sefton. You walk the ward, seeing one blank-faced gaze after another. There is no hope for these tortured souls. But you also feel there's something yet more foul here awaiting discovery. So it's a pretty relatively easy one. Danger of 1, investigate 3. If we don't do it, we suffer a wound and discard this card. So we will investigate it. And it is discard any 1 horror. If there are 3 or more, we don't have any horrors in play. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then the next investigation we have is Big Cypress Swamp. You search a swamp all day and into the night, but all you find is brackish water and putrid vegetation. Finally, as the moon rises to the east, you find a moisture-strained, crumbling slab buried into the hillside. Again, another fairly easy one, and it will give us 3 experience if we do it, so that's great. And if we don't do it, or we fail it, discard a follower or an item, and then discard this card. It's a danger 1. All right, so let me get rearranged here a little bit. We're getting so much stuff now, and then we're going to roll. We're going to do both of those. I'll show you how I'm going to allocate resources to them. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is the Asylum of Sefton. We're going to assign the Madman here, because he has embraced the chaos, and it is before checking for danger, add 1 to your investigation die roll. Of course, this has a danger of 1, so he is in no danger of being eliminated, or slain, so he gets a die. I also get, because of my gumshoe ability, you can take a look at that again, freely roll 1 investigation die against any investigation. So just to doubly make sure that this is going to happen, we're going to roll that die. So let's get ahead. Go ahead and roll. So the Madman first, he rolls a 6. Wow. He adds 1 to it. Well, you can't. I don't think it would become a 7. Add 1 to his investigation die roll. Well, I guess it's 7, and then our free die is a 5, 11. So we nailed this. But it says discard any 1 horror. We don't have any horrors in play, but we avoid the negative effect. All right. That is the Madman used up this turn. Yeah, all right. And the next is going to be the Big Cypress Swamp. Because there's absolutely nothing on the board, I'm going to go ahead and do this. That's me here. And because we now have the Sword of the Crusader, roll 1 free spirit die for free each turn. So I'm going to use my 1 free spirit die, like I really need it, to roll against this. So I'm going to be rolling 4 dice. I don't want to roll a 1 on the red. That's the only thing. I roll a 2. So we have 2, 3, 4, and 4 is 8. So we had 4 dice, so we didn't nail it too well. And it is gain 3 experience. All right, so we're going to get 3 experience for that. And that's pretty good. So there's our 3 experience. And now we're on to the next turn. All right, we're back to another turn, and I have something I've checked the rules with. I've been doing wrong all along. I apologize for this. If it says here save, it means you can save this card for a later use, because, you know, we just did this one. It says discard any one horror if there are 3 or more in play. We actually get to save this card and use it later. I have not been doing that at all. That's what you're supposed to do, though. If you don't use it immediately, you save it and use it at a later time. I have not been doing that. Now, I can go back through all of the investigation cards that had save on them, but I'm not going to bother. Just be aware that when it says save and you don't use it right away, it will go as part of your equipment and followers to be used at a later date. I guess from now on, I will start doing that. We've got clean boards, we're doing well, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. However, that's a pretty big benefit for us that I have not been using. So, silly me, it has not been a detriment too badly for us. However, it could have been a big boon for us to be saving those cards instead of going, oh, it doesn't apply, and just getting rid of them. All right, we'll continue on. And from now on, we will use the save ability if we don't use it immediately. And again, I apologize for that error. I was wondering what the save was, and I just thought, well, it means you've saved the investigation, and away you go. But nope, it actually means you can save the card for later use. All right, keeping going. No gates, no minions, no horrors, nothing. 4 cards. Let's see what we get. So 4 cards off the top. All right, and it's all minions all the time. So we get a Migo on the Cthulhu board, a Byakhee, we get an Nyarlathotep Migo, and we get a deep one for Yog-Sothoth. All right, well, and here we are. Oh, boy. So, yes, we're going to attack the Cthulhu board as our one attack. And so let's go over to the dice tray, and of course we're going to use our spirit sword here, so we'll just, I guess, tap it or use it or whatever you want to call it. And that's going to be that. So we're going to get a free spirit die for the Sword of the Crusader. Let's go and roll. All right, so we're attacking the Migo and the Byakhee on the Cthulhu board. We do get the 1 free spirit die. We didn't have to pay for it, so let's go ahead and roll. And we get a 5, a 3, a 5, and a 3. That's all kinds of good. So first thing we need to knock off is the Migo for the 6. So we'll take the 2 3s. Boom. That gets rid of the Migo. And we have the Byakhee. Boom. 5. And we didn't roll a 1, so we don't take a damage. So that gets rid of those 2. And that's going to give us 2 experience points, which we are then going to immediately spend to do the hurry spell and do another attack. And we're going to attack Nyarlathotep. He has the 1 Migo for a 6, so we're just going to go ahead and roll right away. And we get a 2, a 6, and a 3. So that 6 Migo is destroyed by the 6 because it's a minion. It's going to give us another experience. And that very quickly is the end of that turn. So all we have now on the board is 1 deep one over in the Yog-Sothoth board, but of course we need to draw 4 more cards for the next turn, so let's go ahead and do that. I can't believe I've been doing those investigations wrong the entire game. I'm so sorry. I can't even put notes on it because I've already done all the videos and uploaded them. However, 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll see what we get. We get a Necklace of the Veil. That sounds like a good item for us. We get a Shoggoth. Wow, that's nasty. Another deep one. And on our Nyarlathotep, a Lowly Cultist. All right, let me have a think here, and I'm going to come back. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's take a look at the item first. It's purchase time. Discard. To discard any gate, it costs us 2. Well, we don't really need that because we have the Necronomicon. But this could allow us to get rid of 2 gates at one time. So, yeah, let's spend the 2 experience points. And we're going to buy that item as well. So we now have, we just have a ton of stuff. So we're doing very well. All right, let's zoom in on where we're going to do our attack. All right, so up here at the Yog-Sothoth board, we have a Shoggoth and 2 deep ones, and that's where we're headed. And yes, we're going to use our Sword of the Crusader to give us 1 free spirit die to help us in the attack. So let's go to the dice tray and roll up our dice. Okay, so we have the 1 free spirit die for the Sword of the Crusader and our regular 3 dice. Let's not roll a 1 on the red die. Okay, well, we rolled a 2. A 2, a 2, a 6, and a 1. Well, we cannot re-roll the 1. We could re-roll these, but I don't think I want to live that dangerously. I'm going to re-roll the 1, 2, see if we can get a higher roll. We get a 4, so that's okay. Alright, well, let's take a look at what we have and what we can get rid of. Unfortunately, let's see, we have a Shoggoth. You know what, I think we're just going to get rid of the Shoggoth. That's going to cost us 10. Unfortunately, we have 2 deep ones. They are 4 apiece. We only have 3 left. We cannot get rid of those. So they are going to stay there. However, we're going to get 1 experience point for the Shoggoth, and that gives us getting rid of a 10. Now, we could spend 2 to attack again, but I think I want to hang on to my 3 experience. So let's just then go right into the next turn. Okay, still no gates on the board. That means 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Off the top. And what do we have? Well, we have a power. We have a couple of good items, it looks like. We'll take a look at those in a second. Yog-Sothoth. Pay 1 experience to roll combat dice against this board. Alright, so we're going to have to pay experience if we want to even attack that board. It's a little bit annoying. And we get a Cultist for Charnurfar, the CF board. And away he goes there, Cultist Leader. Alright, let's have a look at these 2 items. We have the Otherworldly Idol. 0, slay a follower to discard any horror. Slay a follower, yeah. I think we're going to pay 1, and we're going to take that. Now we have so much stuff now. The Elder Sign costs us 1. Discard instead of suffering a sanity loss. So this could negate the horror effect of... Yeah, let's go ahead. 1 more. It's only leaving us with 1 experience, though. And now we have to decide what we want to do. And we are going to go right ahead and attack the Yog-Sothoth board, which costs us an experience because of that power card that just came out. And... yeah, so there we go. Awaken Horrors, well, we don't have any. And now it's into the combat phase. So we're attacking the Yog-Sothoth board. We paid our 1 experience. We're going to use the sword. I'm going to start putting it upside down because not enough room. Gives us the free spirit die. So let's go ahead and attack those 2 deep ones and see how we make it. Alright, we're attacking the 2 deep ones. Again, we don't want to see a 1 on the red die. Instead, we see a 5. So we have a 5, a 5, a 3... and a 1. Yeah, we have no problem here. So for 1 of the deep ones, we'll destroy it with the 5. And the other deep one is also a 4. And we'll destroy it with the 3 and the 1. So that's it. Boom. That's going to give us 2 experience points. And we could attack again, but I'm going to save those experience points. And off we go to yet another turn. Alright, still no gates on the board. We have a Cultist in Nyarlathotep and a Cultist Leader at the CF board. 4 cards we draw. We're just about through half the deck now, so 4 cards, and what do we get? Uh-oh, another Yog-Sothoth. Pay 2 experience to roll combat, because we have both cards out now. We have to pay 2 experience to attack the Yog-Sothoth board. We're a little bit out of order, but we're just going to put that up there so I don't forget about it. We have a Bayaki at the Yog-Sothoth. We have, whoa, a 4 dice combo on the Yog-Sothoth board, so that goes there. And we have another CF minion. So that's 2 on that board. Alright, well, we have a 4. Okay, what do we want to do? We have so much stuff. I think we're going to take on the Yog-Sothoth board, which unfortunately is going to cost us 2 experience to attack it. But I don't like that 4 dice sleeping horror. We want to get rid of it, so we're going to use the sword, giving us a +1, which is really all we can do. So let's go roll the dice. We have a Bayaki is guarding the sleeping 4 dice minion. Let's go to the dice tray and see what we can do. All right, here we are. Let's take on the Bayaki guarding the sleeping 4-dice horror, and this is really not... Oh, well, I made a mistake. Anyway, here we go. I can't get rid of the sleeping horror because I don't have enough dice. But anyhow, we get rid of the Bayaki for a 3. We'll take a 4. I thought I had 5 dice. I had 4 dice. Anyway, we get an experience point for that. So that's going to be good. So there we go. And I am now going to actually... No, I'm not going to do that. I thought I would just discard it, but I don't think I'm going to bother. We don't even have 2 experience to attack another board, so we're effectively done for the turn, and there's not much else we can do. All right, into the next turn. All right, still no gates on the board. 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what do we have this time? Cursed Temple. We have an investigation, a hunting rifle, and a deep one. Well, let's put the deep one out in our Lithotep. They now have 2 minions out there. We have a couple of things we have to deal with, and we have an investigation. All right, we'll look at the items first. For purchase phase, well, right off the bat, we can't purchase it. We do not have 3 experience. Once each turn, add or subtract 1 from any combat die. Well, it would have been good, but we can't purchase it, so it goes away. We get an experience point for it. However, we have the Cursed Temple. Slay 1 follower or use no magic spells this turn. Well, I think... Slay 1 follower or use no magic spells. I think we're just going to suck it up. Oh, man. I don't know. This is going to be pretty tough. Pretty tough. Yeah, we're not going to use any magic spells this turn, so we're just going to discard that. Now, I don't think we get an experience point for that, because it's not an item. Although, let me just double check the rules, because I think we do get an experience point for dealing with the Cursed Temple. Alright, well, in the rule book it is listed under Cursed Items, and every item or follower you discard, you do get an experience point. So yes, indeed, I'm getting an experience point for having dealt with the Cursed Temple. All right, we cannot buy any, or we can't cast any spells this turn at all. And now let's take a look at, let's do everything in order. So we drew our cards, purchase, that happened, place cult powers, we don't have any awaken horrors. We just have a 4-dice horror in Yog-Sothoth, but there's no minions, so we don't need to worry about that. And then it's just into the combat, but now we're going to take a look at the Asylum of Sefton again. We carefully push the door inward, but an inch when something wrenches from your hand and an unholy howl rises out of the blackness. Oh, great. Investigate 11, danger 3. Discard any 1 horror. Suffer 1 wound, then discard this card if you fail it. Wow, that is, that's not nice. All right, I'm going to be doing that first. Cannot cast any spells. Now, I do get the free investigation white die. And we can roll 1 free spirit die as well this turn. But let me think about this. And first thing we're going to deal with is that investigate, and then I'll decide which board to attack. Okay, living dangerously, but this is how we're going to do it. I get a free investigation die for the gumshoe ability. I'm going to use the Sword of the Crusader to add another die to this roll. And of course, our madman here gets a die. And I think I'm not going to send, or should I send Herbert West over there? No, I'm not going to bother because he'll very likely die, and I don't want that to happen. All right, so this is the dice we're rolling. So we'll roll the madman first. Now, of course, he gets to add 1, but the danger is 3. So if he rolls a 1 or 2, I'm afraid he's toast. He rolls a 3. Excellent, which turns it into a 4. So we're starting off with 4, and then we have 2 dice. Come on, we need this. Oh boy, we get a 6 and a 1 is 7. That's 11. We squeaked it. We just got the 11, which is what we need. And we can discard any 1 horror. Now, we could save this for later, but I'm going to use it right now. Discard any 1 horror. Or should I? Oh, Should I do that? No, I'm going to save this, because by discarding a horror, you don't get the experience point for it. So I'm going to save that card like it says on the card. Of course, now the Madman has been used. Now we get to attack a board, and we're just going to attack this board right here, which has a cultist leader and a deep one. Now we cannot use any experience to get spirit dice, so it's just going to be a straight roll for me. And I'm going to, of course, the detective here has 3 experience. We're going to attack the CF board. We get a 2, a 5, and a 6, and I believe that's enough to do what we need to do. And we didn't roll a 1, so the 5 can be taken out by the 5, and the deep one taken out by the 6. So that's excellent. We've taken them out. We've cleaned the board. That's going to get us 2 experience points, which is very good. So 1, 2, and it's going to be the end of the turn. I think we're going to do one more turn, and then we are going to one more turn. And then that's going to be it. Okay, things getting really gummed up with items and refreshing at the start of our turn. Items and followers and special abilities, and wow. And we can save this. We can discard any one horror. Okay, let's... I'm not quite sure about the timing. I think this has to happen in your combat phase. So you would suffer the sanity loss damage first before you got to get rid of it. Anyway, no gates on the board. 3. That's going to mean 4 cards. It's going to be our last turn for this episode. 4 cards. Okay, well, we have a gate, and we have a gate, the CF gate. That's going to make us immediately draw another card. We have the City of Bolton. We'll take a look at that in a second. We have a cultist going out. Ooh, he's going to be guarding the gate on the CF board. We have something we might want to buy, and we have a 7 lamp efts on Yog Sothoth. Okay, let's take a look at our item. A poison trap. It costs us 1, 0. Immediately place on any cult board. When you place the next minion on that board, discard that card. And the minion. Well, timing-wise, I suppose we could buy this, put it on the Yog Sothoth board, and then put out the lamp efts. Maybe you're supposed to draw cards in order. Anyway, I didn't do that, so we're going to buy this. Wow, we have so much stuff. Whoops, so we're going to spend our 1 experience. We're down now to 4. And let's place this. Nothing much has happened at Arwasa lately, so we're going to put that on the Arwasa board. So as a reminder, we now have a poison trap out there. All right, let's take a look at the City of Bolton. Recently, a new doctor set up his practice in the outskirts of town. Soon after, people started disappearing. Investigate 9, danger 2, gain 6 experience. Wow, that is what we need. All right, we're going to do that first, of course. So I will assign some people to do that, and let's go ahead and roll that up. All right, so once again, we're going to use the Sword of the Crusader, which gives us a free white die to roll. We have the Gumshoe ability, which gives us another free white die to roll, and we have the Madman here. So we have 3 dice, and we need a 9, and I think... Oh, man. I think I'm going to send Herbert West into the fray this time, just to definitely make sure that we complete this investigation. So let's do Herbert West first. Now, our danger is 2, so if he rolls a 1 or 2, he's toast. He rolls a 4. Good boy. He didn't die. Our Madman gets to add +1. He rolls a 1. He gets a 2. And guess what? The danger is a 2. Our Madman is toast, but we get to use Herbert West's ability. When a follower is discarded, you get to put him underneath this card, and then you can discard him for 2 experience. So, we have our first dead follower, our Madman. Took it on the chin. All right, and we get our 2 free dice. And 3, 5. So we have 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Indeed, we pass this. That's going to give us 6 experience. That is excellent. So we're going to take 6 extra experience. We now have 10 experience. All right, what are we going to do next? I think we're going to go ahead and do some things. Okay, what are we going to do? Well, we are going to take our dead madman, and he's worth 2 experience. So when we pay for experience, we can discard him for 2 experience, which is what I'm doing right now. And then 3 experience for the research. So we need to pay 1 more experience for a total of 3 experience for her to be able to discard a cult power. And we are going to get rid of one of the Yog-Sothoth cult powers, making that board now back to, we have to pay 1 experience to attack that board. Alright, so we've used the sword, we've used that. I'm going to use the pendant here, or the necklace of the veil. Discard to discard any gate. So we're getting rid of that. That gets rid of our gate that is sitting on the CF board. We get no experience for that because it was discarded. I think I still have more things to do. I think I'm going to hang on to that. West. I think we're virtually finished here. I've got 9 experience, and that's it. And this is discard any horror. We have 2 discards any horror. Slay a follower to discard a horror. Alright, I think we're finished for this turn. Or did we still have 1 attack to do? That was just the investigate, wasn't it? Yes, it was. That was just the investigate and playing a bunch of cards. City of Bolton, so we gained the 6 experience. So we can still attack a board and do spells. So we're going to attack the Yog-Sothoth board. We're going to spend 1 experience to be able to do that. And we're going to spend 3 experience to get 3 spirit dice. And we're going to go and attack it. We have a 7 minion, and we have a 4 sleeping horror. So let's see if we can take both of them out. Alright, and as usual, we don't want to roll a 1 on the red die, but we're rolling a lot of dice. Let's see what we can do. Wow, we rolled a 3. We got a 2. Wow, we get 2 1s. That's really pretty sucky. Okay, but not bad. Not bad. Let's have a look here. The 7 to get rid of... Whoops, that was a 6. Flipped over, so we're going to use a 6 and a 1. That destroys this for 1 experience point. And we have a sleeping 4 horror, and you can use any 4 dice in any combination. And that's going to take out the Yog-Sothoth sleeping god of the red flux. That's going to get us 4 experience points. So we'll just put the 5 there and take 1 away. We have 10 experience points. That is going to end our turn. And so thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking the videos if you do. Our board getting a little more cluttered now, but I still think we have things relatively under control. All right, thanks for watching. Join me next time for the continuation of the Cards of Cthulhu with the Beyond the Veil expansion.